And sometimes I just come on here just to kind of talk, just to ramble. I just, like I said, I use this as a tool just to talk to myself. And um, today, and I want to talk about health. Like I want to talk about some things that I changed, like about my health. I've always had a real bad stomach, so I've always loved, and I love steak. I love steak. I've always loved steak, and I've always loved bacon in the morning, man. Like, man, wow. And so what I did was, in the last few years, I stopped eating pork and I stopped eating beef. So now all I eat is chicken and turkey. And so far, so good, man. I can kind of control my weight with with eating those things, and I learned that health is wealth, and it's one of the most important things. And like our body is the temple. You know what I mean? Is our temple, and so we got it. What we put into it is what we're gonna get out of it. So I choose. I just chose to eat healthy and take care of myself. Maybe work out every day. Not every day. I take some days off because my mind sometimes do not allow me. Like, no, you're not working out today. But I know when it comes to my health and the way that I eat, I've changed that quite a bit, and I don't regret it. Like for me, the way I feel, not to say that, I just remember, even my bowel movements are different. I know that's a little TMI, but I just wanted to talk about it all together. Like I like to talk about change. I like to talk about getting better. I like to talk about what helps me to to get better. What things have helped me get to the step, and I think changing the way I eat. Today is my boy Art's birthday, and I want to say happy birthday to my friend Art, man. He was an amazing guy. He was a true friend. I can pick up the phone and call that guy anytime I wanted and just express to him anything I wanted, and I never heard it again. And that was so important to me. It was so important to have friends who you can just pick up the phone and call them and tell them your deepest, darkest secrets, and they let it go. Art was one of those guys, man, and I appreciate him for being that guy. Art, man. Artemis McCray, man, you are an amazing person, and may you sleep in peace. I love you, and I just thank you for being a part of my life. But I just wanted to, just talk about health, and I like to give people what they do, and I always told him that. So just don't think that I've never gave my friend his flowers. He's always gotten his flowers for me. Um, but man, I just wanted to, I do these videos like, and I'm trying to come up with some things. I'm trying to come up with some concepts like because I want to help people, and I want, I also need to help myself. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this, like when I'm interacting with people in the comments and stuff like that, man, it's unbelievable for me, man. Like it does something for me, not just that you're commenting that, that this video affected you, that these videos affect you, that these videos make a difference in your life. Like I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. Like I think that this is part of my purpose. Just like when I was, in Parents with Care, the basketball program, I ain't know, man, what I was doing, man. But God kind of guided my steps, and I wanted to tell y'all this too. Um, my life really changed when I wanted to tell you the steps that I took. The steps that I took, and I didn't know that the steps that I took were going to get me here. I had, first I used to smoke cigarettes, smoke weed. I'd always drunk occasionally. Drinking wasn't my thing, and I used to be a ladies' man. I must say, those were things that I had going on in my life, and I thought that they were important. And I wasn't the best dad. Like that was something I fell short on. Like I just didn't know how to do it. And I'm not gonna say that that's just not it. I just I had in my mind, some things happened in my mind. I just kind of just let them go. I just had this I don't care type of attitude. I don't know where that came from, but I just had this I don't care type of attitude. So if I didn't do something for my kids, or if I didn't do something right, I didn't care. But as I've gotten older and as I've grown, I've changed my ways, and I said to myself, my kids deserve me because I deserve the same. I deserve the same thing. So I just want to be able to pour into them. I mean, I wanted to just pour into my kids after I kind of got over my hump of not being the best. But man, let me tell you, I learned from like just talking to my daughter, my oldest daughter. Her having conversations. I just realized how much she was like me, and I learned so much from just conversating with her and hearing how she felt and hearing what she what her feelings were about her father and what her feelings were about me. Um, and it was mind blowing that how much we are alike. And seeing my son, the things he going through and seeing his strength and his weaknesses and seeing that, oh man, wow. So with those, me seeing those things, it really made me take a look at myself and take a look at my children as a whole and ask myself, maybe you need to give them some of the things you were missing, so that they can have more, so they can be happier, so they can, have a better life because we don't realize how important we are, and I know a lot of guys. I'm not trying to knock nobody, but we don't realize how important we are to our children. Like I realize it now, because I taught to them, and I used to think to myself like, nah, they all right, because they got their moms. That's not true. Yo, they need both parents. Like we give them a greater advantage having both parents. Like if even it's not financial, it's just to be supportive, to be able to be there to talk to them, be able to listen, and just tell them some of the things that you experience. Man, oh man, it's that's so important, man. And I didn't realize that, and I apologize to my children for not realizing how important I was to their life. And you know why? I always thought it was a financial thing, and sometimes I went through financial hardship, so it was hard. So what I did was I just hid. I hid behind my financial hardship, so I just didn't become a dad. But not realizing that all my kids wanted was somebody to talk to, also somebody just to be there, a dad just to be there, to be supportive, to say, hey, you know what, this is my dad, and he's here. And I ain't get that, man. And I'm grateful that my daughter talked to me. I one day I told my daughter, I said, we was just talking. I said, do me a favor, make one of these videos because I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you watch my videos, you'll know this started from me talking to myself. This is to me is not a podcast. This is me talking to myself. And what happened was I told my daughter to do it, and man, it was just an amazing video. She sent it to me. She shared it with me, and it touched my heart. It touched my heart to the point where I was like, wow, this girl is me. And and it made me realize that the things, all she needed was me, just to be able to talk to her. And I realized, as our relationship has been building and strengthening, that man, oh man, I'm so thankful that I decided, and I woke up and put my big boy pants on and said, you know what, you have to be a dad to this grown woman because she needs you. Even though she's grown, she still needs you. Man, I'm thankful. I'm grateful for the relationship that I have with my children. I want them to be better. I'm going to get better, and they're going to strengthen. I know they are because God don't make no mistakes. And I know that for a long time, I wasn't the best. But I want to encourage some of you that it's not too late to be a great dad. It's not too late to be a dad. It's not too late to be a father. We just have to take the time out and just think about what we want or wanted, and we give it to them because most of us grew up. Yeah, I know a lot of guys. Not gonna say a lot of guys grew up not having the correct parenting. So I think that we, instead of us, jumping on the job and being a parent, we just say, you know what, you know, it happened to us, so let's do the same thing. But that's not fair because you're here, you're available. You know what I mean? So let's make ourselves available for our kids. Let's put ourselves in a situation where we can help our kids. Let's talk to them. Let's listen to them. And if you're not in a financial situation, talk to the mom and tell her like, hey, look, man, I want to be there for her financially or him financially, but I just need some work. But I want to spend time with him. I want to spend time with her. I want to do something with her because that's going to mean a lot to them. kids do need things. You know what I mean? Like don't let me get that wrong. Don't get me wrong on that. Finances is definitely need to take care of these children because they need it. The mothers can't do it alone. But what I want to express to y'all is your presence means a lot because kids follow what they see, and be careful what you do in front of them because whatever you do in front of them, they're going to follow it at some point. Because all right, so let me just give an example. If you smoke, right? If you smoke regularly, you smoke weed, whatever you do, your kid might not do that right now, but at some point, somebody's going to introduce that stuff to them, and it's not going to seem that bad to them because they've seen you doing it. Now, if you keep it away from them and you keep it to the point where you're not like you're not allowing them to see it, then they're not going to be as quick to do it because kids follow what they see, and I think we missed the mark on that as well. Kids follow what they see, and I mean, I know I do. I know I did. Like the things that I saw, if I seen my somebody do it, like my family or my one of my older siblings, I mean not siblings, older family members, or somebody, or like one of the guys on the block, or one of the guys from where my neighborhood, I follow what I saw. Like when I seen people sell drugs, I was like, oh, I was like, I was like, oh wow, they all they got to do is go outside the house and give some stuff to some people, and they can make money. And I'm like, oh wow, that's easy. And I didn't think about what's the consequences of it because I'm like, oh wow, look what they're doing. So let me tell y'all something, man. People follow what they see. Kids follow what they see. So be careful what you're doing in front of these kids. Like we always say, like, hey, do as I say, not as I do. That's not how it go. They follow what they see. Like if you're an angry parent, they're gonna be angry as an adult when they get older because they see you angry. But I just wanted to, speak about, me and, my parenting and how we need to correct what we're doing. And it's never too late to be a dad. It's never too late to be a father. So if you guys haven't had a relationship with your kids in a long time, man, go rebuild it. Man, pick up the phone, say, hey, you know what? Listen, I want to fix this because our greatest rewards come from loving them. Like I believe that God blesses us. And like the more we take care of our family, the more we take care of the people around us, the more we're blessed, the more we have gifts, the more we get what we want. And I didn't know that a long time ago. Let me tell you, I just want to tell you, I want to give my friend a shout out, my boy Saif, my boy Edward Scott, man. You are the man. I appreciate your conversations. One day I was talking to him, and we were just talking just randomly, man. And I don't know if my mind was just wandering, but he was like, "Hey, man, no, mm-mm." I'm like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" He must have kind of read my mind. He was like, "Listen, keep being the man that you are. Keep being the father and family man that you are because you're being blessed for that." And he said, "Yo, I appreciate seeing that from you. Like, do not step outside of what you're doing. You keep doing what you're doing." And you'll continue to be blessed, man. I love how you're living. I love your life. I love what's going on with you. Man, I never appreciated a comment or conversation because it inspired me to continue to love on my family. Like not that I wasn't, but I needed that. I needed to hear that in that moment because sometimes we don't see ourselves. We don't see, what we're doing. We don't see the good in our lives. We don't see the things that's happening in our lives. We just, we kind of just live, and most of the things we see are in front of us. We see outside of us, but we can't really see in us inside of us the way that other people can. And man, I appreciate having a friend like him to be able to tell me the things that he sees in me so that I can take a look at myself in the mirror and acknowledge what I'm doing and where I am. And I'm thankful for that. God has placed the correct people in my life, and I'm thankful for those people. There's quite a few people that I talk to on a day-to-day basis, man. And I'm thankful for all of those guys. Like my friend, I got a friend named Rich, man. He's an amazing guy, man. And I also enjoy talking to him because when I'm struggling or I'm feeling some type of way because of something I went through, me and him just we talk about God. And we talk about what God has done in our lives. And when we talk about what God has done in our lives and the things that He's the grace he's given us and the mercy he's had on our lives, man. I it's just hard to go back to anything I've ever ever come from. And another thing that I've also done is I value being genuine. I value being real. Like, I don't want to act like I have anything. I don't want to act good. I don't want to play a role of being like I'm this good guy. I don't want to play the role. I want to be the role. I want to be the good guy. A lot of people are out here faking, and they're acting like they're a certain way. The internet makes us do this. And I mean, I did it at a point in time, but I prided myself on being a better version of me. So I wanted to make sure that there was nothing fake about me, and I gave you everything transparent and everything real, because I'm real. Like, this is real life. Like, I don't want you to have to dig deeper inside me and then see that, oh man, this guy is really fake. Nah, I don't want that. I want to be real. I want the realness to come out of me. I want the realness to be seen in me. But I came on basically to just speak about life, to speak about the growth that we all need, and how we need each other, and how we need to support one another, and how we need to support our children, and how it's never too late to be a dad. And I mean, I'm just thrilled about my way of being able to speak to y'all. I'm just thrilled that I started to talk to myself. And when I started to talk to myself, I started to share it with other people, man. I'm grateful, man. I'm great. And I'm not scared. A lot of people be like, man, oh my God, you're telling all your business. Nah, it's not my business. This is my testimony. This is something that we all should do. We're not supposed to be keeping secrets from one another, because the more we keep secrets, how can somebody ever learn if you're keeping all your secrets? Like, if you're going through stuff and things are happening to you, and then boom, oh, it's the same thing is going to happen to your kid. You know why? Because you didn't talk about it. You didn't testify. You didn't have a testimony. God wants us to testify so that we can help one another, man. Keep secrets all you want. I'm going to tell people what I'm going through. I'm going to tell people what I've experienced, because I don't want, if anything, I want to see you win. You know how many people I talk to on a day-to-day basis, man, that tell me, hey, man, you know what, you inspire me in some way, man. Guess what? That's my $1 million is on its way, because I'm feeling like, I told my wife today, I'm like, you know something? I said, babe, I know we don't have millions as of yet, but I feel like it, because I'm grateful, man, because one thing is, we don't fight, we don't argue, we communicate, and we talk about everything. And, I mean, people might even think that I mean, because I be looking at us like, man, is this real? I mean, because you asked me, when was the last time we had an argument? Don't know. When is the last time we had a talk? Every single day. When is the last time she disagreed with me? Quite a bit. I mean, but we talked through it. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I came on and I'm just talking and I'm talking. I'm talking because I'm grateful. I'm talking this much because I'm grateful for life and the experiences that I've had, and I'm thankful that I changed, and I'm thankful that I'm getting better. But I also know, right, that we are all living life, so sometimes I do fall short. I am human. So sometime I might forget to call somebody. Sometime I might forget to text somebody, but I just know that my heart loves you. My heart adores you. Like, but we all doing life. We all live in life in different ways. So sometime I might miss the mark on reaching out to somebody. Sometime I might miss the mark on not returning a call. But let me tell you something. I love you. And I'm going to do better with that, because I think communication is what we need back and forth. We need to talk to one another. I think we need to spend more time helping and developing each other. But anyway, I just came on to talk and just express myself. I know this is a long video and people's attention span is not as good as it used to be. But anyway, yeah, blessings on today. You have a great day. I love you. And always believe in yourself and know that things can change. You just have to be intentional in making things change. And always be genuine, not just real. Be genuine. God bless y'all and have a great day, because God is good.